Join Kids Hut family.
Oh no, I lost the marathon again this time. Hey Bill, you did well. But you know what? Maybe if you start eating healthy, you could do better in sports. I have seen you eating a lot of junk food in the school cafeteria. Really? I don't think you can even run the marathon half as good as me, can you? Your advice was not needed at all, Tofu. What happened, Tofu? Why do you look so upset? Tia, I just advised Bill to eat healthy food so he could do better in sports, but he responded very rudely to me. Oh, Tofu, your intention was not wrong, but you should not give unsolicited advice to people who are not willing to understand. You get my point? I don't understand, Tia. Come on, don't be upset. Let's get an ice cream and I will tell you a story on the way home. Okay, Tia. The Birds and the Monkeys. Once upon a time, on the banks of a river, there stood a huge tree, providing a comfortable home for a family of birds. The birds had built their nests on its branches and lived happily, sheltered from the scorching sun and heavy rains. Ah, what a beautiful, wonderful tree we have! Our nests are safe and dry, thanks to its widespread branches. Yes, indeed, we are fortunate to have found such a haven. We are protected from the rain and the cold. Meanwhile, dark clouds covered the sky and it began to rain heavily. Some monkeys who were playing nearby sought shelter under the tree. They were drenched and shivering from the cold. Brr, this rain is unbearable. Let's take shelter under this tree until it stops. Yes, let's get out of this rain. Hopefully we'll be safe here. Look, the poor monkeys are shivering. Perhaps they should have built their own shelter like we did. You're right. If they had built a home, they wouldn't have to suffer like this. They have hands and legs after all. What did those birds just say? They think they're so smart, living comfortably while we suffer? They're mocking us because they have their nests. Just wait until the rain stops. We'll teach them a lesson they won't forget. As soon as the rain subsided, the monkeys climbed up the tree with fury in their eyes. They destroyed the nests of the birds, broke their eggs, and even threw the young ones down. Oh no! Our nests! Our eggs! What have they done? Our little ones, they have caused us great pain. We never should have given advice that was not asked for. You're right. We thought we were being helpful, but instead we brought destruction upon ourselves. The poor birds flew around in misery, realizing the consequence of their unsolicited advice. They understood that advice should only be given to those who ask for it and who are wise enough to understand its value. We have learnt a valuable lesson. It's not our place to offer advice to fools who are not willing to listen. Yes, indeed. Let us remember this and be cautious with our words in the future. We must only offer guidance to those who seek it and are open to receiving it. So, what do you think of this story, Tofu? I liked it, Tia. I learnt an important lesson. And what is it? Never ever give advice to fools. I hope you understand my point now. Yes, I do. Thanks, Tia. Tofu, you're always so rude. I'm not rude, you are. Oops, sorry, Tofu. Oh no, Harry, you stepped on my toy intentionally. Wait until I break your toys too. What's going on, boys? Tia, Harry stepped on my toys intentionally. But Tia, Tofu was being very rude to me. He said he would break my toys too. Tofu and Harry, that is wrong. You must never plan on taking revenge. You both remind me of the story of the Eagle and the Beetle. Do you guys want to listen to the story? There is an important lesson in it for you both. Yes, please, Tia. I would like to listen to the story. Yes, me too. The Eagle and the Beetle. Once upon a time, a hare was being pursued by an eagle. The hare, desperate for a place to hide, took refuge in the nest of a beetle. Hurry, save me from this eagle. The beetle, feeling pity for the hare, went to the eagle and begged her not to kill the hare. Please, spare him, for he is a poor little animal. But the eagle was angry at the beetle's interference and gave him a flap of her wing. She then seized the hare and devoured him. How dare you instruct me on what to eat and what not to eat? The beetle, outraged at the eagle's actions, flew after her to learn where her nest was. After discovering it, the beetle rolled the eagle's eggs out of the nest one by one and broke them. Let's see what the cruel eagle does now. The eagle was heartbroken at the loss of her eggs and decided to build her nest next in a higher place. But the beetle managed to get the eggs again and break them. What does this foolish eagle think of herself? I will get her wherever she goes. I will destroy her home again and again. Frustrated and at a loss for what to do, the eagle flew up to Lord Jupiter and placed her third brood of eggs in Jupiter's lap, asking him to guard them for her. "O mighty Jupiter, please guard my eggs, for I fear an evil power destroying my home time and again."
"Fear not, nothing can harm your eggs now."
However, the beetle had made a ball of dirt and flew up to Lord Jupiter as well. He dropped the ball of dirt in Jupiter's lap, causing Jupiter to forget about the eggs and throw them down. Breaking them once again.
"Oh no, the eggs!" Just then, the beetle appeared in front of Lord Jupiter.
"Almighty Lord, it is I who destroyed the eagle's eggs time and again. I will tell you about the evil doings of the eagle and my reason for destroying her eggs." Lord Jupiter, on learning of the beetle's revenge, spoke to the eagle. He called for the eagle and beetle to stand together and resolve the issue.
The beetle is the aggrieved party, and he complains not without reason. However, I am unwilling to let the race of eagles be diminished. Perhaps it is the best if you come to peace with the beetle. But the beetle refused to come to peace with the eagle, and so Jupiter decided to transfer the eagle's breeding to another season where there are no beetles to be seen. Wow, Tia, that was a nice story. Yes, Tia, I liked the story too. I'm glad you both liked it. So the moral of the story is that revenge only leads to more harm, and it is best to try to come to a peaceful resolution. I have learnt my lesson, Tia. Thank you. Thank you for teaching us such an important lesson, Tia. You're welcome, boys.
Good night, Tia.
Good night, Tofu. Once upon a time, there lived a lonely couple who only wished to have a child. They lived in a little house all on their own. At the back of the house, there was a small little window from which a splendid garden could be seen. This garden was full of very beautiful flowers and herbs. No one dared to enter the garden as it belonged to a witch named Dame Gothel. One day, the woman saw a plant called rampion, which is used to make salads.
Dear husband, I have a strong desire to have a salad made out of that plant.
Oh, but that belongs to the wicked witch.
Oh, please do something. I really want to eat those rampions.
Okay, dear, I will try to get it for you.
At midnight, the husband climbed the wall into the garden of the witch and started taking some rampions. The man took the rampion and his wife made a salad out of it and ate it. But the very same night, there was a knock on the door and the man knew something was wrong.
How dare you, human! Come into my garden and steal my rampions like a thief. You will suffer for it.
Oh, please forgive me. My wife saw your rampions from the window and she wanted it so bad that I could not say no to her.
Oh, if that's the truth, then I will let you have as many rampions as your wife wants, but only on one condition.
What is that condition?
You must give me the child which your wife will bring into this world.
The man, in his terror, consented to everything. As time passed by, the couple gave birth to a beautiful little baby girl. But that very same night, the witch came to their door and took away the baby girl, leaving the poor parents in complete sorrow.
You are such a beautiful looking girl. I will name you Rapunzel and take care of you. Ha 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 ha.
The witch kept her locked in a tower with no doors and stairs, but just a small little window. As the time passed by, Rapunzel grew into a beautiful girl with very long golden locks. But her beauty went in vain because the cruel witch never allowed her to go anywhere. Sad Rapunzel just used to stand at the little window and sing sad songs. When the witch had to visit Rapunzel, she used to ask Rapunzel to let down her hair.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair to me.
One day, when Rapunzel was standing at the window singing sad songs, a very handsome prince was passing by. He stopped and looked here and there to see where this beautiful voice was coming from.
Oh, what a beautiful song. Who is singing so beautifully?
The prince noticed the beautiful voice coming from the tower. He wanted to climb the tower and looked for the door, but could not find one. He went back home in dismay. But Rapunzel's singing had touched his heart so much that every day he started going to the forest to listen to Rapunzel's songs. One day, he was standing behind the tree when he saw the witch coming. And he heard what she said.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair to me.
Then Rapunzel let down her long, beautiful hair. And the witch climbed up the tower.
Oh, that's the way to climb up to the tower. I shall do the same.
The next day, when it began to grow dark, he went to the tower.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let your hair down to me.
Immediately the hair fell down and the prince climbed up.
Oh, who are you?
Oh Lord, you are the most beautiful maiden that I have ever seen in my life. I have lost my heart to you. Will you marry me? Will you be my wife and live with me in my kingdom?
Oh, my prince, I wish that was possible. But the witch won't let me go out of this tower. And if she comes to know about you, she will kill you.
I don't care. You are coming with me now. Come on, let's go.
Oh, prince, I am ready to go away with you. But I do not know how to get down. If I let down my hair, then how will I get down?
You are right.
You have to go now. The witch will come soon.
Yes, don't worry, Rapunzel. I will think of something and come back tomorrow.
That moment, when the prince was climbing down the tower, the witch saw him.
Oh, so he wants to take Rapunzel away. They both will have to pay for this.
The witch climbed the tower after asking Rapunzel to let down her hair.
You treacherous girl! How could you even think of betraying me? You shall pay for this.
The witch took a big pair of scissors and chopped off her long, beautiful tresses. Rapunzel was left all alone in the desert by the witch to live in grief and misery. Meanwhile, the prince returned the next evening to take Rapunzel away.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
The wicked witch let down the long braid that she had chopped off from Rapunzel's hair, and the prince climbed the tower without knowing what danger was awaiting him. When the prince was about to enter the window, the wicked witch chopped off the braid just to see the prince fall off the tower into the thorny bushes under the tower. The prince started bleeding from his eyes as the thorns blinded him completely. The witch cast a spell on the prince, and he wandered in woods around the world without any sight and survived in poor conditions. Meanwhile, The prince roamed about in misery for 2 years, and finally he got to the desert where Rapunzel was left by the witch.
La la la.
He suddenly heard the beautiful, sad voice of his beloved and started shouting in excitement.
That voice! That voice! Is it you, Rapunzel? Is it really you?
He went towards it, and when he approached, Rapunzel said,
Oh, Prince, you finally found me. I missed you so much. I am so happy to see you that I can't stop crying.
2 of her tears fell on his eyes and they grew clear again, and he could see with them as before.
I can see again. Oh, my sweet Rapunzel, what have they done to us? Let's go back to my kingdom.
He took her to his kingdom. After a year, Rapunzel gave birth to a pretty little baby girl who looked just like her, and they lived happily ever after. Get up, Tofu, or you'll get late for school. Get up, Tofu. Tia, you? What happened? That was... Yeah, I know. That was me in your dream. Now get up and get ready. For your favorite rhymes, stories, and more, join Kids Hut family. Subscribe here.